Hi everyone, welcome back to Healthy with Nicole. In today's video, I'm going to give you 7 signs that you have a gut issue. So I think probably most people do have gut issues due to stress, poor quality food, toxins in the environment, all of the things that we're all exposed to every day. But there are some things that you really should not ignore if you're having them. And I wanted to kind of go through some of these symptoms because some people have all of them, some have one or two. Either way, you should definitely look into them. There could be other reasons for them, but they do all point to having gut issues. Number one is having an irritation from pretty much all foods. So if you're one of those people that you feel like every food you eat bothers you, that is a problem. Sometimes we have, different kind of reactions to food, but if things just don't feel good in your stomach, whether it's vegetables or meat or fruit or grains, there's reasons why some of those won't feel good to your stomach, but you shouldn't have all foods bothering you. That is a sign that you have an inflamed gut. And so anytime you add pretty much anything in there, it's going to bother you. So number one is that any food seems to bother your stomach. Number two is gas and bloating. These are not normal. It is a little bit normal to, have your stomach feel full after you eat. But if you're having gas and bloating that lasts more than 30 minutes or so after your meal, that is a sign that you're not breaking down food very well. So whether it's lack of digestive enzymes, lack of hydrochloric acid or hypochlorhydria, or just simply too much food, not getting processed fast enough, there's a number of reasons, but something is wrong. So you're definitely not breaking down food as you should be. And having a bloated belly all the time is not normal. Number three is acne. So there are also other reasons for acne, like hormones, our sex hormones, our thyroid could be off, but a lot of people do get acne or other skin issues like rashes and things like that when they have a gut issue. There is something called the gut-skin axis, and this is when that connection is off and there is showing up problems like psoriasis and eczema, and of course acne. Some of this is autoimmune related as well. So, we got to go back to looking at the gut. But a lot of times when there's inflammation in the gut and there are openings in the gut or gut permeability, which we kind of like to say leaky gut, that is definitely a sign, that is definitely a sign of that. So you do need to work on the gut by all the different strategies that we always talk about here. But that is definitely a sign. If you have skin problems, putting things on your skin alone is not going to solve the problem. You have to go into the gut. I had one of my kids had really bad acne, and he was taking probiotics, and that definitely cleared it up. So there is a connection there. So don't just treat the skin, treat the gut. And of course, our mood. So you've heard of the gut-brain axis. That is definitely a thing. So if you are having gut problems, there's a connection to the brain. A lot of that is because we have so many neurotransmitters that are in our gut, not just in our brain. In fact, the gut is called the second brain because there are so many neurotransmitters that live in the gut. So if there's inflammation in there and the neurotransmitters aren't functioning properly, you could see things like anxiety, depression, and other issues of mental health. So considering the mental health issue, again, just throwing things at the brain, psychotropic drugs and things like that isn't necessarily going to fix it, but look at the gut-brain axis for answers there. Number 5 is insomnia. So I mentioned in another video that I will link here that insomnia or problems with the hormone melatonin can often result from the gut damage that people are having due to the food and stress and things like that. So the connection there is when we think of melatonin as the sleeping hormone, most people think that most of the melatonin is made in our pineal gland, and some of it is. However, you make about 400 times more melatonin in your gut than in your brain. So when we're having insomnia, we have to look at the gut. We have to look at gut health issues, and oftentimes it can resolve it. There are, of course, other reasons that can cause insomnia, like hormones, like thyroid and things like that. But definitely you must look at the gut because, again, it's affecting that hormone balance and all of those enterocytes or the lining of your gut are making those melatonin that we need to help us sleep. So Number 6 is weight changes. So a lot of people with Crohn's and colitis often lose weight, but some people that have gut problems also gain weight. So the people that lose weight are usually because they're not absorbing nutrients very well, they're under eating because they can't tolerate food, something like that. And then people oftentimes are gaining weight because they have a thyroid problem. So remember, your thyroid is your master gland. And so if you are gaining weight, it could be because, there's a connection between your gut and thyroid, of course. And so if you're having gut damage, you might not be able to convert your T4 to T3, and your T3 is your fat burning hormone. So if you're having a problem there, that can cause weight gain. Also, if your body is under a lot of stress, in general, we have many ways to stress our bodies, then you could be having a higher level of reverse T3. And so that's when your T4, your main hormone from the thyroid, is actually being converted into reverse T3 instead of the usable T3. And it kind of blocks the T3 from getting into the body. So that can oftentimes cause weight gain as well. So anyway, we cannot look at just eating less and exercising more if you're having a weight problem, and by the same token, you can't just eat more and move less and think you're going to gain weight if it's related to your gut. Both of those need to be addressed in the gut and specifically with the thyroid. And then the number 7, the last one I'll mention, is immune dysfunction. So 70% or so of your immune system is in your gut. And so if you are having inflammation, leaky gut, trouble digesting food, and all problems there, the gut is the connection to your immune system. So again, it doesn't matter how much vitamin C or vitamin D, for that matter, that you throw at your body, or even sunshine. You have to heal the gut by doing a number of things: your food intake, your stress intake, reducing the toxins, calming down, exercising less sometimes, and removing all the irritants from your diet. There's a lot of things there, and we know there's a lot of steps to healing your gut. Of course, you can check out my Surviving Ulcerative Colitis guidebook in the link below, and that gives you some of these, overview of steps on doing that, and more things on my website. So you can go to my website, there's a link below to learn more about ways to help heal your gut. And of course, you can work on getting some health coaching with me. So those are the 7 ways that you can recognize that you have a gut issue, and you definitely need to address it. There could be other issues, but definitely are red flags to gut health. So if you like that video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, please, and I'll see you in the next video.